Sagittarius, my name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. My readings are for sun, moon, and rising signs. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start off with, we're going to do a reading on the new person. Any Saggies out there? My Saggies, that's my nickname. Dealing with a new person. I'm sorry, not new person. We did the new person last week. Anyone dealing with a past person. Any Sagittarius is dealing with a past energy, past person, past energies. What is going on for Sagittarius in that realm? Let's find out. Some of you have been waiting on a decision from somebody who's been really indecisive and not offering a cup of love, not offering romantic feelings, and not coming in with any sort of passion, but it's like you're waiting here. Some of you may have 3 energy within numerology, which means you may be a 3 life path or born on a 3 day. 3 is the number of communication. If this person's juggling, being indecisive, that's something that's going to drive you nuts, especially if you're not talking with this person. 3 is the number of communication. For many of you with 3 energy out there, communicating is very, very important. I'm not seeing a lot of communication. I'm not seeing a lot of passion here. It's like you're waiting on an answer from someone who either juggled you or who just is unsure of what they want. There's no sort of feelings being expressed here. Yeah, you're really frustrated about this. I feel like this is somebody who made you promises in the past and their actions didn't live up, and it's left you in a state of just kind of waiting for your ships to come in. But every time I see this card, you know, he's not waiting for his ships to come in. He knows that they're coming in. So you know you've probably been through this cycle with this person a few times before, for some of you at least, where it's like they went into juggle mode, they weren't sure what they wanted, but they ultimately decided to come towards you, and it's like now you're waiting. But I mean, right out the gate, Sag, my advice is don't ever wait on anybody. Life is just way too short, and there's way too many people out there, experiences to have that are so much more amazing than just a love connection. I know. So, but nonetheless, I've done this too, and I know that you're waiting. But then we have the Knight of Cups. So what I'm kind of getting is it's like this person will go hot and cold, right? That balancing energy. They're telling me that I'm not so much getting this person's juggling other people, other relationships. It's more like they just can't make up their mind of what they want in life in general, and you're kind of waiting. And that's the reason why they won't show love, emotions, feelings. They'll back off from it, and then all of a sudden they'll come in with it. It's that classic hot and cold energy. This person could absolutely be younger than you. There's some sort of younger energy here. Maybe you're younger than this person. This person, it's like every person that they've come across, it's like they'll try to nitpick and find something that they don't like. And no one's ever perfect. Nobody's perfect. And you're also dealing with somebody who gets bored very fast, not just in relationships, but also within just life in general. Again, with that 3 energy. In numerology, people with 3 energy and 5 energy, also 4s, tend to get a little restless. Can't stay in one place for too long, especially 5s. Especially life path 5s, or anyone born on a 5 day. You guys may have had an argument here about this person's ways. Maybe this person does have player tendencies. This is somebody that for some of you, you've been waiting on for a long time to change. Again, we should never ever wait on anybody, but nonetheless, it seems like you have a lot of feelings for this person. You've been waiting on them to change. For a few of you, you've been waiting for them to get out of a connection that's not serving them. A few of you have talked about this, but for the majority of you, I'm getting it's like, you know, this person can have player-like behavior. You know that they're scattered. They could have put you in competition with other people. You know, they come off as unsure, not sure what they want, hot and cold, and yet there's something about them specifically that you just are really having a hard time letting go of. And I think we all can attest. We've all kind of been there. And anytime you're dealing with somebody in the Knight of Wands, especially reverse energy, it's very careless energy. It's very passionate energy, but careless energy. So this person very well may come in, you know, offering love, all of these things, emotions, just making you feel comfortable and safe and satisfied, all of these things, just to turn around and all of a sudden they're not there. And you can kind of energetically tell they've slipped into this, well, I don't know what I want energy. And what I'm getting for many of you is when they stop offering these things to you, they've actually kind of put you in competition with other people without you knowing it. This is somebody who's charming with that Knight of Wands reversed, but also scattered, passionate energy. I am getting that this person, unbeknownst to you, right? Hopefully, Saggies out there, if you know someone's in another connection, hopefully you don't go towards that. That's not something that's spiritually ever going to give back to us. That's something that's going to create bad karma for us down the line, or even right away sometimes if you're a life path 8. 8s tend to have their karma come back right away. For those of you who are interested in a personal numerological or astrological reading, where I go really in depth with compatibility, with astrology, and especially numerology, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. Anyways, this person could very well have 5 energy, the in and out. 5s typically have a really hard time committing one way or another. But regardless, it looks like this person is just very hot and cold. This person doesn't know what they want. That's why they're so scattered. How does this person feel about Sag at the deepest, deepest level? Oh. They're not telling you this, but they have a ton of feelings for you. They're not telling you this, but the King of Cups, that's how they truly feel. For some of you, the reason they come off so hot and cold is because they actually don't know what you want going forward. For some of you, for a few of you out there, the reason why they come off is so indecisive, all of that, like just honestly making this connection tough, like tough for you. It's because for some of you, you're dealing with a water sign, but for a few of you out there, it's because they have so many emotions, and you may be dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to express them, or it's like as soon as they express these emotions, they'll pull away because they get scared because they're not used to doing such a thing. That's just for a few of you out there. Others of you are dealing with that player, energy though, but even if it is the player-like energy with the Knight of Wands reverse that we just saw, let's say it is the player-like energy, it doesn't matter. This person still has a lot of feelings for you. At some point in time, this person developed a lot of feelings for you, and I don't feel like that's a necessarily reoccurring occurrence for this person to have actual feelings for somebody. I feel like it's kind of confusing for them, and that's kind of the hot and cold energy that you're feeling. Again though, with the Ace of Swords reversed there, I don't feel like communication is very prominent between you guys. I also don't feel as though this person communicates these feelings to you. Some of you are probably sitting there like, what? How else does this person feel about Sag at the deepest level? Okay, how they feel like maybe you weren't treated the best in your past. You could have been very open with this person about it. How they feel about you at the deepest level, they're not quite sure about commitment, not just with you, but with anybody. Also, how they feel about you, it's like they want to come rushing in towards you with the Fool card, especially with all these feelings here. They would really like to go for this and just fully go for it. But again, you're dealing with someone who gets kind of embarrassed by all these feelings that they have. They're really terrified that there's things they're not seeing, or that they're going to get stuck in something that they don't want to be in. Again, with that non-committal energy. And they're a little bit afraid that if they get to know you on a deeper level, or if they open up about their emotions for you, they're afraid. This is kind of a strange, just go with it. Kind of a strange message, but they're a little bit afraid actually of you being a little codependent emotionally on them, just because they don't have their own emotions sorted out. So it's like if they were to come to you and express all of these emotions, they're really afraid of, number one, getting stuck in a commitment. Not that they don't want a commitment with you. There's a lot of feelings here. If this person wants to commit to anyone, it's you. But they're really, really afraid of this. And it's to do with their emotions. They have a very hard time with emotions. They also have a hard time deciding. This could be somebody who, maybe they do feel this strongly for you. But bringing this into reality is scary for them. They don't want to feel stuck in a connection, like I said. But they also, don't want to come across any red flags. They're afraid of being disappointed. They're afraid of feeling stuck and disappointed and entering into something. But that being said, it's like the emotions are there. Absolutely. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. But they're afraid if they come at you with their full-fledged emotions that they feel for you, that you may come back in a very emotional way as well. And that's what scares this person. Does that make sense? Some of you may be dealing with somebody who's highly avoidant in relationships. Hence, they'll come forward with smaller emotions, right? State how they feel a little bit more. Just get close to you in general and then pull away. And that's been a source of deep frustration, but you're still waiting for this person because you sense the love that they have for you. You sense the love that they have for you. But again, this person is scared to death when it comes to emotions. And that tells me that this person was hurt deeply in their past, to the point where they'll avoid that. And, avoidance typically have childhood trauma, or they've been through relationships in their past that makes it very hard for them to process things going forward, and an emotional capacity to do with relationships. So the Queen of Cups reverse, this person's just afraid that if they show all of these emotions for you up front, that if they finally break that barrier of communication and just let it all loose about how they actually feel, then they're afraid this becomes actually real. Then they're afraid of, once I do that, then I can't pull back in case I change my mind, which I don't see this person doing. But how is Sagittarius feeling about this person at the deepest level? Oh, okay. Wow, okay. This person, Five of Swords reversed, this person could have hurt you very deeply in the past, but it's like you're as much as they hurt you, they could have betrayed you, you could have found out they were talking to somebody else, there's something here. It could be even smaller for some of you than like another person. It could be maybe a huge conflict happened here between the two of you. It really sort of ended this connection in the first place. But this person, how you're feeling is you're really wondering if this person has changed for real. You're wanting to find peace after this whole situation. You're wanting to move forward with this person in peace without any sort of negative, terrible energies. That's why you're waiting for this to happen. But then on the bottom of the deck for the overall energy, we have the Devil card. Do I think this person has healed their patterns of behavior that sort of got in the way of this connection to begin with, or that's kind of holding them back from being their best self? Absolutely not. This person, and we're all humans. We all have a dual nature. We are all capable of the capacity for great love, for loving someone truly and deeply. But we're all also capable of stepping into this energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn. The energy of having patterns of destructive behavior and not caring who they hurt. Maybe even having sort of physical intimacy with many different culprits. I'm not so much getting that from this person. I'm more so getting this person could struggle with alcohol for some of you. Hence, once in a while they'll come forward with all these strong emotions and feelings, and then they'll pull way back, right? Anyone, alcohol issues aren't something that's foreign to me. Between family members, my own struggles, all of that. Anyone who's in that state of mind, though, in that energetic vibration of drinking a lot to ail their pains away, emotional or physical, what usually ends up happening is they need to heal because they're using a substance. I'm not saying they are, but in this instance, for those of you who this reading resonates, if your person likes to drink quite a bit, likes to go out, is kind of, a big drinker, what can happen is they don't necessarily even know how they feel. One minute they'll be all about this because they'll be feeling great due to some sort of substance. And it doesn't have to be alcohol. I'm getting alcohol, just like clairaudiently, but it could be other things as well. There's many toxic patterns of behaviors that can get in the way of a connection. Seems like this person just has a really hard time choosing between something stable, moving forward with you, and kind of just doing their own thing, living in their lowest vibration. Because they know that you're not going to tolerate this lower vibration, whatever that is for them. Let's just use alcohol as the example. If this person does struggle with alcohol, that's a vibration that can be very low. And at that point, Sagittarius, you have to ask yourself, is this someone you really want to be around? Because we always become who we're around. That's an energetic thing. It's true. If you hang around very successful people and learn from them and grow from them, you're going to become successful yourself. But if you're hanging around people who are just, out to sort of get drunk every night or get high or do this or that, that's who you'll become, especially if you're a life path 9 or born on a 9 day. 9s are very adaptive, which is usually a great thing. In instances like adaptability as far as the devil card goes, though, bad patterns or toxic behaviors, 9 energy isn't the best because it's very adaptable, right? Your person is struggling between their own demons that they're carrying to do with patterns of destruction as far as relationships go in their own life. They're really struggling between those things and knowing they need to get rid of them but not wanting to. And a connection, a relationship with you. What I'm kind of getting is it's like this person, they would love to kind of keep this relationship exactly where it is, because right now this person has their cake and eat it too. Right now they get to go off, do their own thing, these patterns of behavior that are not the best, that they don't even want you to know about, they get to go off and do that. But then they'll come towards you and they'll show that love as well, only to pull it away. All right. What is some advice that we can give Sagittarius regarding this situation? Seven of Swords reverse. This person is trying to heal. This person is trying to heal. They do understand that they have that devil card, those patterns of behaviors that need healing. This person understands that fundamentally. They understand that they need, absolutely. They understand that they need to change these things or they're never going to end up successful in general, not just in a successful relationship, but successful just in general. And they also know if they put in the healing work towards healing whatever ails them, whatever that is, they know that that's their key, that's their ticket to having something long and happy and lasting with you. They want this with you. We have this King of Cups here. If this King of Cups didn't come out, I'd be like, man, I would pull away. This is hot and cold energy. But it seems like this person really understands that they have healing work to do. Is this person going to put in the work to actually do the healing? Or are they just going to tell Sag that they are? Yeah, I'm getting that they are, with the Ace of Swords there. They would also like to be able to communicate with you a lot more. And always remember this, Sag. If you're dealing with someone with addiction issues or alcoholism, anything like that, it's never our job to get someone sober or better. They have to want to do that. Truly, a person has to want to. If they don't want to, good luck. Good luck. But if they want to, that's a whole different ballgame. You can be there for them. You can help them through it. If this person is a life path 1 or born on a 1 day, it is so vital. I cannot say this enough. Look into your person's energy. If they have alcohol issues and they are life path 1 or have 1 energy, it's vital that this person or anyone with 1 energy stays away from alcohol. That's because 1 energy in numerology, it's very CEO-like energy, alpha energy, go-getter. It's aggressive energy, male or female, does not matter. And the last thing that the world needs a lot of times is, a bunch of life path 1s or people with 1 energy tipping them back, because it makes them more aggressive and therefore, not the highest vibrating version of themselves. And that was something I learned from one of my mentors. who I learned numerology from. His name's Gary. I should shout him out a little bit more. Gary, some of you may have seen him. He's a great teacher on numerology. I don't know his last name. It's like GG33 or something is the name of his business, but that's where I learned a lot of the numerology from. And as a double 7 myself in numerology, I love taking in all of his knowledge. It's amazing. But if you're interested in like I said earlier, if you're interested in a personal reading from me as far as all my knowledge goes, especially when it comes to this person, if they have one energy and they do have an alcohol problem, that could be a significant problem. Ones and alcohol do not mix. It just doesn't mix. And actually a lot of ones throughout my life that I've known, they don't drink a lot. And I find that kind of funny. It's almost like their soul and body knows like not to drink a lot. But there is one person in my life I'm very close to. Born on the 28th, the number of wealth, but that's also one energy, really struggles with alcoholism. And I see the worst sides to this person when they drink, and it's just another connection that numerology helps me make. So, but I also have an understanding that I can't change that person. They have to want to, and I'm not going to judge them either. They can do whatever they want to do. So the advice is don't really judge this person either. You know, they're clearly struggling with something with that devil card. They want to heal these ways, these patterns of behaviors that are blocking their blessings. That are blocking their blessings, right? 3 of Swords reversed. They want to come out of the things that are being blocked from their life. They want to truly heal what's ailing them so they can have something deeply passionate and real. Mostly something real. This person doesn't want to hide anymore. So that is what I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, I will see you guys next time.